The alpha male industry on the internet is flooded with bad actors, guys selling overpriced self-help courses to insecure men, promising success, confidence, and wealth if you just listen to them. Most of these so-called alphas lead exaggerated, over-the-top lives filled with flashy cars, mansions, and endless women. But no one plays the part of the cartoonish alpha male quite like today's subject, Wes Watson.
You could have action all day, but if you don't have results, you ain't really putting in the intensity, baby. Baby girl! But Wes, I've been dieting for like 3 months. Shut the fuck up. You've been doing it a year? Shut the fuck up. I'll wait till everything's perfect and then I'll start posting. Motherfucker, fuck you, shut up. Like, smack the shit out of yourself today. Just smack the fuck out of yourself. It's because my childhood trauma and shut the fuck up. Shut up. Get to work.
Yeah, that's Wes Watson, a man who built an empire yelling nonsense at the camera while pretending he's a prison-hardened messiah. But beneath the shouting, tattoos, and absurd masculinity complex is something far less impressive. Wes is a former convict who rebranded himself as an alpha male coach. But just like many others in this industry, it's mostly smoke and mirrors. Wes has been caught lying about almost every aspect of his life, from his time in prison to ridiculous things like his height. He claims he's 6'2", 250 lbs, but in reality, he barely scrapes past 5 feet 9 inches. There's even footage of him standing next to live streamer Jack Dye, who is openly 5 feet 8 inches, and Wes is only marginally taller.
People online say I'm 5'8". Okay, am I 5'8"?
Probably a little taller.
No.
I hope I'm 5'8".
He's 5'8".
This is the kind of detail Wes feels the need to lie about. His entire brand is built on exaggeration, and that becomes obvious as you dive into his origin story. Wes Watson was born in 1983 and raised in San Diego, California. He claims his childhood ended early, stating that he began selling weed at age 11 and was earning hundreds of thousands by the time he was 15. At 18, he supposedly owned a house, a Range Rover, and even bought an Escalade to flex on his teachers at a high school. He brags about pointing guns at people in the parking lot while rolling blunts, and somehow no one ever called the cops. These stories aren't just hard to believe, they're flat out ridiculous. If any part of that were remotely true, Wes would have been arrested long before 2009. But that's the year things actually did catch up with him. He was arrested for beating a man unconscious in a motel over an unpaid weed debt. His charges: robbery, burglary, assault with force, likely to produce great bodily injury, and battery causing serious harm. On July the 28th, 2010, Wes was sentenced to 9 years in prison. That's where Wes claims he became a shot caller, a prison boss who supposedly ran everything. According to him, prison was where he built his discipline, his physique, and his future empire. He even managed to get a phone and start posting shirtless photos from behind bars, slowly building an online persona before his release in 2019. Once out, Wes wasted no time turning that internet clout into cash. He began selling online courses and popped up on the YouTube channel Fresh Out, where he told dramatic stories about gang life and prison politics. He claimed white inmates are forced into gangs and that prison is a dictatorship, not a democracy. Wes leaned heavily into the alpha, ex-con turned motivational guru branding and launched his own YouTube channel. His first video? The time I almost lost my life in prison. From there, he released countless videos featuring prison stories, fights, and bizarre tips like how to hoop paperwork. But perhaps the most bizarre claim, that in prison, you're identified not by your face, but by your butthole. They only know you by your butthole in there. They see my face and they're like, "Who are you again?" Then I bend over and, "Oh, Wes Watson, how you doing, bro?" These antics gained Wes massive attention. One video reached over 4 million views, and within a month his channel had over 100,000 subscribers. But not everyone was buying what Wes was selling. Other ex-con YouTubers began calling Wes out, saying he was a fraud who never served time in serious yards. They accused him of stolen valor within prison culture, pointing out that his record showed he spent most of his time in lower security facilities, not in high-level yards with gang leaders and shot callers. This dude's a cartoon. If I had to draw a cartoon of an inmate, it'd be Wes Watson. He's an act. He's a fraud, and we're going to expose him today. Still, Wes's popularity only grew. His YouTube success became a funnel to sell his self-help programs, especially to young men desperate to escape their 9-to-5 jobs. They saw Wes as someone who turned his life around and got rich doing it. But what they didn't realize was that Wes's success didn't come from discipline or motivation. It came from selling a fantasy. Even his fitness advice is questionable. YouTuber. More plates, more dates, expose that Wes's physique likely isn't natural. Between 2017 and 2018, Wes gained 40 pounds of lean muscle while staying shredded, a feat that's virtually impossible without performance-enhancing drugs. You think he jumped 40 pounds of lean mass in 9 months? Number, he's juiced, sauced, end of discussion. But Wes's image really began to crumble in 2024 during a now infamous meltdown on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Wes clashed with another guest, Andrew Wilson, who argued that real success is about family, not material wealth. Wes, unable to control his temper, exploded into a rage-fueled tirade that included threats, insults, and unhinged yelling. The internet watched in disbelief as Wes Watson, the self-proclaimed alpha male, completely unraveled on a live broadcast. In the end, Wes Watson isn't the reformed success story he markets himself to be. He's just another loud voice in a growing sea of fake gurus, selling masculinity like it's a product, and selling lies like they're lessons. All bark, no backbone, and for someone who built a brand on discipline and honor, it's ironic how little of either he actually seems to have.